Hi, my name's Michael Davie. I'm a senior strength and conditioning coach with the Milwaukee Bucks. Been there for 4 seasons, about to go on to the 5th. My primary expectation is having a growth mindset. So coming in willing to learn and grow, trying to overcome obstacles and challenges, not be sort of restricted by that. My other expectation is they're self-sufficient. So when they learn different, whether it's recovery modalities or rehabilitation plans, that they are able to execute them on their own. They don't need to be, babysat all the time. So eventually, taking ownership for their own bodies and that sort of thing. So that sort of principle. So scheduling for us with the Milwaukee Bucks, at the start of the season, we look at all the games and we plan from that moment. We get the schedule, look at when is the ideal time to lift. So generally that would be an off day or after a couple of days off when you get those rare opportunities. So we identify and look at when the optimal time is to get a weight training session. And we'll map that out. So we'll be very structured in when and where we lift as a team. Comparatively with other organizations, they will generally be, you need to get 8 sessions a week in a month, and it's up to the athlete and the coach to figure out when and where they might be. We're much more, we think this is the best time to do it because you've had a day off before, we can get a good quality session, we don't play till the day after. That might be sort of one scenario. So we're very structured and organized in terms of dictating to the athlete. And I think through having done this now for the last couple of years, they actually like to have structure and know when they're doing particular things rather than, how do I feel today? I don't feel like lifting today. So, it's very hard in the NBA because you're playing so many games. Every day you're going to be tired and you're going to be sore. So I think that's made a big difference for us, being much more structured. For us, we break up our training into smaller segments. So rather than having one large program or 2 large programs, say that go 45 minutes each, you might do 10 or 15 minutes every day. So getting a small, what would in strength and conditioning language, microdosing. So smaller doses every day, but at the end of the week, we've accumulated the same as if we did 2 larger sessions. So that's one way we would approach like a 5 games in 7 days. So that we do pre-game, or we could do it in the morning in a shoot around in preparation for the game, or that might involve doing a little bit of work after the game. So really, once again, depends on the individual and if they're starting or they're non-starting. But that's how we'll distribute that work, the same amount of work across a week. I would say for young athletes wanting to make it to the NBA, my suggestion would be to find a good strength and conditioning coach that understands the value of movement, so individualization. They earn the right to progress, to prepare their bodies as they mature from a teenager all the way through to an adult. I think going back to those principles, if they can find a coach in their local area, that's going to make a big difference for them once they go to college and then on to the NBA. So for me, we're seeing athletes coming in, they're not always prepared physically for the NBA. So the more that we see athletes that are physically prepared and gone to a good progressive program, the better, I think.